Sorry, sir, but the movie's over and you'll have to leave. Sir, if you don't leave, I'm gonna have to get the manager.
Sir, you're gonna have to leave. This man's drunk. Sir, if you don't get up right now, we're gonna be forced to call the police.
What's your name, buddy?
Sam.
Where'd you come from, Sam?
The balcony.
Have you ever considered what would have happened if 3 wise women had visited the manger instead of 3 wise men? To begin with, they would have stopped and asked for directions. Then they would have arrived on time, helped deliver the baby, cleaned the stable, made a casserole, and given practical gifts. Oh well. I don't think there's one of us who at one time or another hasn't been shocked by the bill from a hotel.
We checked into this hotel at 2 this morning after driving all night to get here. It's now 6:30. You're charging us $350 for 4.5 hours? How do you justify that?
It's the standard rate, sir.
Well, I think it's highway robbery. I want to speak to the manager right now.
May I have your help, please, sir?
I'm the manager, sir. I realize you may find the rates in our hotel somewhat high, but may I remind you of the amenities we have available? For instance, we have an Olympic swimming pool with a sauna and athletic facilities.
We didn't use it.
Well, you and your lovely wife could have taken in one of our shows for which we are famous. We have the finest entertainment from Hollywood, Vegas, and New York.
We got here at 2 this morning. We didn't take any shows.
Well, how about our huge conference room with computer services?
We didn't use it.
Sir, but you could have.
Okay, you win.
This is for only $100.
That's right. I charged you $250 for sleeping with my wife.
But I did no such thing.
No, but she was here, and you could have.
It seems to be getting harder and harder to keep your money in your pocket. Now for a few words of wisdom from our local sage.
Howdy. Not too long ago, the Republicans were battling the Democrats. Now, fighting has broken out within their own parties. I can't help but feel that our country might be better served if we were to treat politicians like diapers. They both should be changed regularly and for the same reasons.
You are Dr. Marcus Westheimer?
Yes.
And for the record, you are the county coroner?
I am.
Tell us, Doctor, how many autopsies have you performed on dead people?
All the autopsies I've performed have been on dead people.
Did you perform the autopsy on the deceased?
Yes.
Do you recall the time that you made that examination?
The autopsy began about 8:30 a.m.
And was Mr. Dennington dead at the time?
No, he was sitting on the table wondering why I was doing an autopsy.
Your Honor.
The jury will disregard the last comment from the witness. Get on with it, Counselor.
So, before you signed the death certificate, did you take the victim's pulse?
No.
Did you listen for a heartbeat?
No.
Did you check for breathing?
No.
So, when you signed that death certificate, you were not sure that Mr. Dennington was in fact dead.
Let me put it this way. The man's brain was in a jar on my desk, but I suppose it is possible that he's out there practicing law somewhere.
Hey, Dr. Foster, famous heart doctor. Want to come here a minute? So, Mr. Fancy Schmancy Doctor, see this work here? I'm gonna take the valves out just like you do. When I'm done, this thing's gonna purr like a kitten. So why then do you make the big bucks while I'm stuck here working for peanuts?
Try doing it with the engine running.
One of life's great mysteries is how a 2-pound box of candy can make a woman gain 5 pounds.
We have a little news for you. The City Council has again considered raising taxes to cover a shortfall in its budget. Seems the maintenance estimate for the airport was woefully low and they need to correct it, which goes to prove there will always be death in taxes. However, death doesn't get worse every year.
I know he asked you to put it in there with him, but it's not rational.
He distinctly said, when I die, I want you to put all of my money in the casket with me. I want to take it all with me.
I had a top man at my firm take a look at the will, and there's no such stipulation in it. When I probate the will, what am I going to say to the court? He took it with him? And from a more practical point of view, how are you going to live? Who's going to pay the bills?
A promise is a promise.
Can't believe it. You're throwing your life away.
Listen, I'm a Christian. I can't go back on my word. I promised him I'd put that money in the casket with him.
You mean you're actually going to let all that money get buried with him today?
I sure do. I got it all together and put it into my bank account. And then I wrote him a check. If he can cash it, he can have it.
We're ready to start.
So are we.